Okay, everybody, here we go. It is me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. This is my pre-market report. People, you know what I'm going to tell you right off the bat. This issue with the debt market is getting more out of control here. Not just that, we got some other interesting news out of OPEC and something out of the mouth of none other than Jamie Dimon, and we'll talk about that in just a moment here. Let's look over at the bond market again, people. You know, this is not getting the attention that it should at all. I mean, no one's talking about this, at least on the mainstream media here, but we have a global debt market which is selling off. You got the U.S. at 10-year yield. I mean, we're like over 40 basis points higher than we were just like 2 weeks ago. 3.75 on the 10-year this morning. You got the relative strength of the dollar higher. This market is smelling something here, and it ain't looking pretty to me. I'm telling you, the bond market always gets it right. The stock market is another story. Now, speaking of the stock market, you got stock futures lower today. Is it possible that maybe the market's trying to say, hold on a minute here, this issue with the bond market is just not very nice? Again, the bond market is the backbone of this entire freak show on a worldwide scale. It is inevitable that eventually, and maybe we're seeing the opening act here, that this debt market is going to sell off. It's doing that right now, but I mean so rapidly, it's going to spin your head around like The Exorcist. A massive sell-off in the debt market, and I mean something beyond anyone's wildest dreams or nightmares, is going to occur. 40 basis points over that in the past 2 weeks is going to seem like nothing when this really gets going. We're talking about everybody running to the door at the same time, an uncontrolled spiking in global bond yields, which is going to crush stock markets around the world. And you're going to see cash leaving the debt market, bleeding out of it, hemorrhaging out of the stock market, and it's going to be epic. And cash is just going to move. It's going to move into commodities. It's going to move into cryptocurrencies as well, in my opinion here. Now, let's talk about commodities here. Here's a warning. Here's a warning from OPEC. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think this means? Are you ready? This definitely is something that can be interpreted in different ways. So OPEC is warning of much higher energy prices moving forward. Now, here's the reason. Energy insecurity. What does that mean to you? Energy insecurity. Why would OPEC be warning of energy insecurity, which will drive prices higher? What do they got up their sleeve here? This is a cartel, OPEC. You understand? And it's astonishing how they manipulate crude oil and energy prices. I mean, this is another institution that needs to go away. But with regard to higher or much higher energy prices moving forward, this is something you have known about for I don't know how freaking long. You and I have covered it here over and over and over again. Now, right here, out of the energy gods, so to speak here, you got a warning of much higher energy prices. Now, again, define this for me. Energy insecurity. Why? What do you see as causing energy insecurity, and what OPEC is referring to? Now, I want to talk about this real quick. So we got a warning here from Jamie Dimon. Now, this is something, again, that you and I are way ahead of the curve on. So Jamie Dimon is warning of more bank failures coming. Now, what do you and I realize is going on here? This is deliberate. They are consolidating the financial system. That means they got to get rid of more banks to consolidate power in fewer institutions. So here, with this warning from Jamie Dimon about more bank failures, what do you make of that? I mean, other than what we already know. So that's something else that's kind of important. Now, also going back to commodities, silver is getting slammed this morning. It's down over 2.5%. You got gold under pressure right now. Cryptocurrencies catching a bid this morning. Crude oil getting bid higher, I guess, off of the back of this energy insecurity comment from OPEC. Let me ask you this. How is it that we allow institutions like OPEC to exist, like central banks to exist? These institutions have way, way, way too much power and influence over the world, over us as individuals. They have to go. They have to be taken down. You understand? But you see, that can't happen. When you have the United States military in all of its power, including its nuclear arsenal, that must, protect the oil of OPEC nations, henceforth why the petrodollar exists, henceforth why the US dollar remains the world reserve currency and will so for the foreseeable future. How can we take down an organization that's being protected, that's mandated to be protected by the United States military? How do you feel knowing that your tax dollars, or whatever they want to, wherever they're going to get the funding from, is used to protect OPEC? I don't like it. As a former naval officer, I don't like it. Anyway, so that's the story this morning, people. So let's just again put this together. We have a bond market here, a global bond market, which is flashing red in my view here. If this continues, if we continue to see global bonds sell off like this, and then it accelerates, and we see this cash bleeding out of the debt market, it's not going to be pretty for the stock market. It's not going to be pretty for anything. Okay, what do we know is happening? We have a situation here where central banks are deliberately crushing the economy. What did we find out yesterday? The Federal Reserve itself ran a survey. They ran a survey on small businesses to see how they're being impacted by the action of central banks raising rates, in this case, the Federal Reserve. And they have found, oh my, what a shock, that it is hurting small businesses, just like it's supposed to do. They want to make sure it's happening. The consumer is being eliminated, crushed here, and the economy as well. How do they kill the economy? By killing the consumer. What are they trying to do? They're leading up to their end game goal of being the lender and buyers of last resort. People, it sounds like science fiction, but it's not. Central banks collectively want to own the world. Again, think about the power that they have. The Federal Reserve, let's just talk about one central bank, okay? The Federal Reserve is the central bank of central banks. Why? Because we here in the United States have the world reserve currency. The Federal Reserve has the world reserve currency, okay? They can do whatever they want with cash that they create out of nothing, okay? You want to go send billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions of dollars to go fund a war or anything else? Where does that cash come from? Do we have a stash somewhere? Does our imbecile president have a room under the White House stacked full of bills? No. He has to go to the Fed and say, hey, guess what? We would have sent more money over there. Can we do it? Oh, of course. How much do you need? Let's add it to a digital screen. Then they could do it. That's how it works. Literally. So, but again, we don't have enough money to fund the day-to-day activity here in the United States. We're facing this debt ceiling issue. And a lot of what we're seeing here with regard to the global debt market selling off, it has to do with, obviously, the confederacy of dunces here who seem to can't get anything done ever, okay? There's no two-party system. It's one party. And they're working towards a goal that is to empower the Federal Reserve in this case. Again, they all work for the Fed. The Fed is the government. Central banks run the world. The rest of this is nothing. I think you all get it here. Anyway, so that's the story this morning. So you know what to do. Keep your eye on the 10-year yield. Watch the relative strength of the dollar, or better yet, watch the MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator. Link in the description of this video, free to everybody. Okay, it's 100% free to everybody. We got 241. The first line in the sand from what we have seen in the past is 250. We can hit 250 today. All right, let's see. Let's see where this goes. And just understand, a crisis must occur. We are in stage 3. I covered this recently in a newsletter I sent out in my free newsletter. Again, link in the description of this video. And in this video, look for one of my videos that I just did talking about the stages of where we're at. We have stage 3 to finish and then stage 4. Stage 4 must consist of a crisis so they can issue in the new system. Maybe this crisis is this. I mean, we don't know what it's going to be. All right. But according to OPEC, warning of much higher energy prices, which you and I knew about already, energy insecurity. What does this mean? Let me tell you, this is eating me up inside. What does it mean to you? All right. I will read the comments. I promise. Energy insecurity will drive prices higher. This is OPEC. What are they going to do? Okay. It's all going to be staged. You know that. And this warning here from Jamie Dimon. Jamie, guess what, dude? We don't need your warning, okay? We already know what's going on here. We know more banks are going to fail. Duh. All right, sir, thing, you're another vomitous mass. All right, look, I'm out here, people. This guy here loves you a lot. I got an issue here with my live stream for later. I will not be able to do a live stream later. I apologize for this. I will get a video out, but it's going to be later in the day so we can sum up what's going on here. So no live stream today. I do apologize for that. All right, but I will see you at one point later on. I'm not even sure when I'll get that video out. I'll try to make it close to the time or as close as I can, but no live stream today, okay? I do apologize for that. Love you a lot from the heart. Please address the issues I've covered here. What's your take on this here? Silver's on sale right now, people. Again, they're hitting silver pretty hard. It's gone on sale. Might be a good time to add to your stack, all right? Look, I'll see you all later, all right? Love you a lot.